Hello everyone, I'm back with a little update finally. I'm still alive. I think it's like a month ago I released last video. So yeah, a lot has happened, a lot of progress. Yeah, I've been intending to release like one video a week now for the past 4 weeks. And every time something just came in the way. It's also more fun to implement new things than make a video. Though making a video is arguably more important for marketing purposes. If nobody knows about the game, no one's gonna get it. So yeah, hope this can be one way to be able to spread the word about it. Right. So as you can see from the get-go, here's the new main menu screen. We have Mars and Demios and Phobos flying by frequently. We have some quotes down here. Yeah, I kind of like it. I like the twinkling stars in the background. It's beautiful. Let's dive into some. Take this maybe. What else is new? Yeah, immediately from the get-go, if you saw the last video, you can see I made some updates to the UI. Not everything is updated yet, but a lot of it, at least the HUD. Yeah, the menus and so on I haven't really updated, not yet. For example, the mission plan, I have a much greater plan for it. I'm gonna make it way more visual. If you watch some of the SpaceX streams, some of the infographics they have, do you call it infographics? Yeah, they have like lines where you can see that here's the takeoff and here's there's some notches to signify like MECO, SECO, and all different steps of the way. And I was gonna try to make that like an editor to plan the mission. So I think that could be really cool and beautiful. I'll probably make it full screen. Yeah. Yes, what else? Yeah, here's the inspector. Right now we have the Earth selected. So we can see some flavor text of the... Yeah, it's a planet, the age of the planet, diameter. Yeah, gravity, atmosphere, and so on. I'm gonna include the gases here as well. I think atmosphere will be its own group, since that's very important. It decides like kind of how you build your base. Because on Mars you'll have plenty of CO2 to get to, but on the moon you don't have any. So on the moon you'll probably have like more like a hydrogen economy, and on Mars you'll have like a carbon economy, sort of. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. Yeah, it's orbiting the sun. You can click the sun, you can see the different planets here. You can go back, you see that, oh, we have the space base here. And you can see how many buildings we have on it, resources and so on. You can also go to it. Whoop. Yeah, those animations are new as well. I kind of like them. You can rip. And you can go back. I'll make it possible to disable them, and not everyone appreciate those kind of things. I kind of like it. The lighting of the lighting has been fixed. Before I had a lot of issues with the lighting, but now it's at least much better. I updated the textures. I added some trees, and yeah, every update I've made big improvements on this view. But I give out like one update every month or so, so obviously it's gonna be better. Yeah, and the moon as well are fixed. Yeah, we have some craters, and we even have the Earth spinning up there. Yeah, and the textures and everything. So that's nice. What else is new? Yeah, we can go to this rocket, for example. And as you can see here, we have a configuration. It's a lander Mk1. And if you want to know about that lander, you can go to the Codex, which is a new feature. It's basically a knowledge base of all the information we have. And also the player created things like parts and the rocket configurations. Here you can see this lander Mk1. It has an upper stage and a lower stage. You can see the delta V. If you want to know what delta V is, you can hover and you can read about it. Total change in velocity a rocket can produce. So every time you make a maneuver, or like if you launch and so on, it costs speed basically. So speed is the currency in orbital mechanics. And change of speed is what costs. What else? Here we have our little engine. Woo! A little preview. This should be shifted down a little bit. It's not finished. Yeah. You can see things like thrust, ISP, chamber pressure, all those kind of things. You can see what resources you need to produce it. For example, metals. And then you can read about metals and how to produce it. Metal refining, for example, you can use. You can see where we're using metals and what processes and so on. It's kind of interesting. And you'll need this information later on when you start producing your own resources, which you will have to do if you want to make your colony self-sustaining. The Earth is no problem because there you have a big market, basically unlimited market where you can just buy everything you need, which is intentional because I want the game to start up easy and then end up difficult once you're already familiar with the mechanics of the game. So yeah, here you can read about it. Inputs, iron ore and some chemicals. And output is metals and slag. Yeah, and you do it inside a metal refinery. Good times. Yeah. What else do we have? Some vehicles. Yeah, we can talk about the small assembly rover, for example. Assembler rover. This is basically the first thing you send to an orbital body you want to start colonizing or make an outpost on, because it has the self-assembling feature. So when you transport rovers and so on, you transport them by like a little box, like an IKEA box, and then you can assemble it. But this one has the capability of self-assembly. So, and it also has the ability to assemble. So you can send other rovers there as well. And this can help you to assemble them later on. Yeah. Yeah, and it can level the ground and stuff like that. And also buildings, some buildings have assembly, can be built by assembly because they're kits. Let's see, what do we have? For example, yeah, we have buildings, power. The deployed solar panel. It's a very small solar panel. that you can place on the ground, and you just transport it there, and then you can assemble it. Yeah, you can see where to produce it and so on. Yeah, I think this is a very neat feature and actually very interesting. I find it very fun to just go scroll around and look around in it, because I haven't actually read everything in it. I'm gonna review all the text and so on, but right now they're auto-generated, which has been done very well, I would say. There's just a few things here and there I would like to change, but generally very good. I'm impressed. What else did I want to go through? Yeah, we can go to our little moon base. You can land rockets now, so this is what I've done here. I've been landing this rocket, and it has had a small assembler rover on it. Yeah, look at this cute little guy. Yeah, this is a small assembler rover. I make these models in a small voxel tool called Magic Voxels. It's pretty fun to play with and make these models. I love it. Yeah, so that's the one that's self-assembled. And here we have a deployed solar panel, so that we've been putting out there, so we can deploy it maybe. Oof, okay, that was unexpected. Okay. Yeah, I've touched this code very recently, so probably that's why. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I can't show you that part. But maybe I can show you the landing. So here we have a lander. This landing is very risky, 48% chance of failure. And it seems to be the final approach that's the issue here. The descent to... Yeah, I should just build my rockets better. But I haven't done that yet. So now we press land. And here we go. Do we get the rocket? Oh yeah, here it comes. The landing legs extend and it lands. Nice. And there it's done animating, huh? That's pretty cool, I think. Yeah. Inside the payload we have another rover, actually, small utility rover. So we can unload that. And it has a crane to lift on. Right now, yeah, there's some animation issues here. The pathfinding and so on is not 100% yet. But that's something I'm actually working on right now, so be patient. It's gonna be fixed before the next video. Which is safe to say, because the next video is probably gonna be like in a month or something. Yeah. Anyway, what else did I want to go through? Yeah, the relay satellites. So if you noticed, for a while the rover was saying no signal, and that has to do with the teleoperations coverage. There's no humans on this base, so the rovers has to be teleoperated from Earth, and to do that you need satellites around the moon, which you can deploy in orbit. That actually works. I just didn't show it now. It's such a minor feature. But here we have two relay satellites around the moon, so we get an 8-day coverage on the moon. This is to encourage the player to actually build a base with crew on it, and to make I want to cough. and to make make it feel like you're progressing all the time. I'd added one more solar panel and one battery, and things will speed up and go faster and faster. So you feel some kind of sense of progression while you go. I deployed one more satellite. Oh yeah, then I get 16 hours of coverage. So that's a big difference. Yeah, later on you'll be able to disassemble these rockets and reuse parts and so on. We'll see when that comes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to show. Other things I'm working on is what I call the duct system. So it's to transport the resources between different buildings. On the Earth, it's not much use because all the resources, you can just basically get them and you just buy them for funds. The market is way cheaper than what you can produce them for. And but if you want to make a self-sustaining colony, you will have to start producing them and so on. And then you need different buildings and you need to route things between them. So to be like a little mini factory game there. Factory is one of my favorite games, by the way. I'm not sure how much I will borrow from there. We'll see. I will try to make it interesting, realistic, so that you can actually learn something about the processes and so on that NASA and other organizations has actually been thinking about and thinking about using on these other bodies, like the moon and Mars and so on. Yeah, so not just for entertainment, it will actually be for learning as well, education. I hope it can be something, yeah, very educational for people. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I guess that's the update. I also wanted to talk a little bit about why I wanted to make this game, why I started this project. One of the reasons is because I've always loved video games, and ever since I was small, I've been programming a little bit and so on. My first computer was a C64. Old people like me will probably know what it is. Younger generations probably not. But there you had these books with code inside them, and you could type it yourself manually. And if you type one character wrong, it just wouldn't work at all. But yeah, good times. And then you could like modify the code a little bit and try different things. Yeah, it was fun. So that's where I started. One of my favorite games, Colonization. Retro games. That's a good game. And Civilization. That series is ongoing still, right? I don't play the newer games, but I love the old ones. Yeah, I just don't have time to play. I guess I guess this project is my opportunity to play, because it's a little bit like a video game to develop this. I want to do this, and then you just develop it, and now I can do that, and just add the features you would want in the game. It's pretty fun. I would like some feedback from you guys though. What you guys think? Yeah, another reason why I wanted to make this specific game is because I'm very interested in rocket science and orbital mechanics and yeah, the physics behind I'm building a colony and so on a different body, orbital body. I think it's extremely interesting. So it's also an opportunity to learn about that while I'm developing. I mean, the simulation is obviously not 100% accurate. Um, the planets are not this big, and the rocket is not like as wide as the moon, you know. So, but it's just a visual representation. I might actually make accurate representation so you can toggle it on and off, because that might be interesting too, to see the actual distances. That's actually not so difficult, because all these, though it looks ridiculous here, it's actually using real mechanics. I've just modified some values for the visual purposes, but underlying simulation is still using the real values for the orbital transfers and everything, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. Yeah, I'm getting too deep into the nerdy stuff. Yeah, so yeah, the last reason is why I wanted to make this game is to actually have it like a little bit of a missionary project to connect people to God and to Jesus. That's a big reason. I think a lot of those people that rely on science and so on is kind of having a difficult time accepting God and things like that. So I think it's a big community that would actually benefit from this. They probably don't go to church and so on. Yeah. Yeah, I felt, yeah, this is probably something I should do. Yeah, but, yeah. Um, yeah, that's a big reason. Yes, but this type of game doesn't really lend itself too well to um, do that. But we'll find some ways. I ask you guys' inspiration as well if you have some good ideas. One thing that I did do though, if you go out to the main menu, we have some quotes down here you can read on the menu. Yeah, you can see. Maybe we can read some of them. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Yeah, so I guess this is why one of the reasons I want to make this game. Turning people to righteousness. Yeah, this is a funny one from Elon. He has a lot of funny quotes. I add these quotes manually, by the way, so if you have any nice quotes, comment. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. Yeah, don't die on rapid, unscheduled disassembly, Elon. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Yeah, this is first sentence in the first book of the Bible. Oh yeah, I mentioned it in the previous video. But AI is like a compression of reality. And this first sentence is so compacted with information that AI will be jealous. AI can put like the whole world into a billion parameters, and this sentence is like I don't know how many Hebrew characters it is, but maybe 15 or something, and it has so much information inside it. If you just look deeper into it, I'm not gonna go into details here. Yeah, I don't know. The dinosaurs became extinct because they didn't have a space program. Yeah, we don't want to be like the dinosaurs, right? Yeah. So I guess that's what the game is about as well. It's a funny quote. I like it, so I added it. Another Elon one. We don't want to be one of those single planet species. We want to be a multi-planet species, yeah. And that's what the game is about as well. Look toward heaven and number the stars if you're able to number them. This is God speaking to Abraham, I think. And is he implying here that there's an endless amount of stars? If you can number them? I don't know. Maybe. That would imply the universe is endless. Who knows? Yeah, the James Webb Telescope just expanded our horizon by a lot. We thought we saw the end, but now we realize we saw way longer, further away with this new telescope, which is cool. One step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Yeah, you should know where that quote comes from. I'm not gonna tell you. The Earth is a cradle of humanity. Yeah, shouldn't stay there. Isaac Newton, father of classical mechanics. Yeah. The guy who got the apple hit their head, no? This most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. That's the conclusion many physicists and so on take when they start studying these things. We didn't come from nothing, obviously. We came from a timeless God, is my opinion. And I think that's also, if you look at the characteristics and so on, and think deeply about it, it's you come to the conclusion that it's just not nothing that created us. That it's something, and it's actually something intellectual and personal. Because you need a trigger event, and to get a trigger event, you need something there, not just nothing. Yeah. Kepler, I use a lot of his maths that he generated. Father of celestial mechanics. He was also a Christian, I think. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of nice quotes. It's another one from Elon. It's too long to read. Yeah, I don't know. Copernicus, who could not adore the architect of all these things? Father of heliocentrism. Yeah, heliocentrism, yeah. People used to believe that the Earth was the center. I guess not just he, I guess others too, but that's what he's known for. Yeah, defining the solar system and so on. Realizing that made a lot of sense mathematically. Kepler. Again, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of them here. John Sebastian Bach, the composer. The heavens are telling the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Yeah, beautiful. This one. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Yeah. The things that are made, that's us. We are the created ones. And it's obvious, even the invisible things are clear to see, according to this Bible verse in Romans. And I think that's true. If you look deeper, if you just take the time to look at it, that's the conclusion. Yes, yes, yes. He stretches out the north over the void and hangs the earth on nothing. Yeah, so he's contradicting the theory that the world is resting on top of a tortoise and that there are tortoises all the way down. Yeah. And it's from the book of Job in the Bible, the Old Testament. I guess the religious hypocrites in the Middle Ages didn't read this verse. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of quotes here. And I'll add more. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I made this game. Something I always wanted to do. Very interesting subject, and Jesus. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and God bless you. Bye bye.